All right, let's get these hips and shoulders. We're gonna let go of all of our tension and stress and anything that might be hanging out in there that we don't need. We're gonna try to let it go. So we'll start kneeling and eyes can close, shoulders down your back. And just breathe. For anyone who's new to me, I'm Jess. I encourage you to make this practice your own. So if something doesn't feel good, change it. If I tell you to kneel, but you prefer to be on your butt, change. Do what feels good for your body. We'll take about 3 more breaths here, just arriving on your mat in this moment, in today's version of your body. And then eyes can blink open if they were closed, arms reach up high. Let's make sure we have pinkies forward, thumbs back, and strong straight arms, so really straight through those elbows. And then maybe bring the hands 1 little centimeter closer together and slide your shoulders down your back. Good, then sit up taller, lift your heart high. Right hand to the ground, left hand reaches up and over. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale to come up. Exhale, take it the other way. Inhale to rise, reach up. And then a gentle twist, right hand back, left hand forward. Look behind you, breathe in and out. Back through center, arms reach up. Exhale, twist the other way. Big breath. Inhale, center, reach up. Circle your arms back, fingers find the floor behind you, lean back. Head can drop if that feels okay. Open across the chest. Rise on an inhale. And then forward fold. Good. Head can drop. Shoulders drop. We'll stay here for a couple extra breaths. So go ahead and just get heavy. Get soft. And for my folks in the room today, I will offer hands-on assists and adjustments throughout. If you prefer not to be touched, that's totally understandable. Just wave me away. If you know you don't want to be assisted, wave at me right now. Let me know that too. Cool. All right, let's all come on back up and then make your way over to all fours. We'll take some cat-cows here, looking up on the inhale, looking down, tucking chin to chest on the exhale. And let's move those back and forth with breath. Really feel the stretch of the whole back side of the body and then the whole front side of the body. I mean, especially if you have stress, keep going. I can feel it like through my throat, down into my sternum and collarbones, all those places that get tight and closed off. Yeah, let it open up as you move. 1 more round of breaths and we'll meet back at neutral. And then in your neutral, let's look at the hands, make sure the fingers are spread wide apart. Push the ground away and kind of puff up in between your shoulder blades. Spread those shoulder blades wide apart. Yeah, looks great. Tuck your toes under, press your hips back towards your heels and float your knees an inch or so off the mat. Push your hands forward and down. Yeah, see if your hips can come all the way back to your heels. So you're like a cat ready to pounce. Look forward and then straighten your legs, keeping the chest back towards the thighs. That's a lot, so let's come back down and play with it and try it again. So from your knees, hover those knees, press the hips back to the heels. Hands are pushing forward and down. Look forward, keep your chest back as you work the legs straight. And what that's doing is putting us into a nice long upper body for your downward facing dog shape. Go ahead and pedal around, wiggle around a little bit. Give it a breath or two. Nice. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet at the back of the mat. Knees can bend a lot, so we're hanging into a ragdoll. Feet are wide, so you have stability. Shake the head, shake the tail, loosen things up. Releasing your hands, bring the big toes together to touch, or the feet a little bit closer underneath. And then take right hand to left ankle. Left hand reaches up to the sky to twist. Good. Let your right knee bend a lot as you twist. One more breath there. Exhale, come back down through the middle. Inhale, twist to the opposite side. Left knee gets to bend. Right leg is working towards straight. You're going to feel that pull down the outer hip, maybe IT band, hamstring. And then come back down through center. Tuck your chin to your chest, round up to standing. Take your time. Reach the arms out and up and look up to your hands. And then exhale, thumbs to heart. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Inhale, arms reach up high. And then goal post those arms. Elbows go as wide apart as they can. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up. Inhale, reach up tall again. Let's do that one more time. Elbows wide, heart high. It's an upper back bend even. Inhale, reach up. And then dive yourself all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Holding here for a moment to make sure we really find this stretch. Good. So breathe here. Make your back as flat as a tabletop. Your hands can press against your legs at your shins or your ankles. Good. Look forward. And remember, we were doing cat-cows. Do your cow pose here. Like look forward, reach the sternum forward. Yeah, great change. And then that should hit you in the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit more, right? The longer and flatter we make the spine, the more you stick your butt out back, the more you'll feel it. Take one more breath here. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing. Reach to the sky. We'll flow that. So elbows wide, heart high. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that flat back. Forward fold, exhale. Stand up, reach to the sky, look up. One more time, elbows wide, heart high, head back. Inhale, reach. Dive forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, reach to the sky. Good. Exhale, elbows wide. We're going to change it up this time. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold all the way down. And then I think I've got you all at the back of your mat. So walk your hands forward, coming into a downward facing dog. Or step back, whatever you need. Find downward dog. Big, huge breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. Look forward, tiptoe your feet up to your hands at the top of your mat. When you arrive, halfway lift. Find that length again. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pausing for a moment. Just feel the blood flowing through your body, heart beating, breath moving. One more breath here. Maybe you're setting an intention for your practice, that word or phrase that reminds you, why are you here? And then as you're ready, eyes will blink open. We'll get moving with some more big movements. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows wide. This time we're going to bring elbows together in front of you. Oh man, that gets me right under the shoulder blades. And then open those arms wide, look up. We'll do that again. Exhale, elbows wide. Hug those arms together. Good. Sweep them up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right, both hands down, right foot steps back. Good, and then we'll just kind of wiggle for a moment right here. Forward and back, let the hips sink in. The feet can be on separate train tracks. You don't need to be right down the middle. Good, let's lower the back knee and then lift your chest. Hands can rest on the front knee or sink in. If you're here and you feel stable, take arms up. We'll do that same thing. So look up, elbows wide, bring them forward and together, open. One more time, bring forward and open, reach up to the sky, and then hands down, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, step to a high plank. Good, big, huge breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale. Great big open mouth, exhale. Good, right foot reaches up and back behind you. Try to touch your knee to your nose on the way as you pass your foot through and step it to the front of the mat. Lower the back knee. Come on up. Same thing on this side, hips sinking forward. If you're feeling stable, arms reach high. If you want to play with that movement, inhale, lengthen, exhale, elbows wide. Bring those elbows together, forearms together, open wide. Forearms together, open wide. Big reach up high. Hands come down, frame that front foot, lift the back knee, wiggle here for a moment, back and forth. And then we're gonna step the back foot all the way forward to the top of the mat and fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Big breath. Again, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, arms come together. This time, cross right elbow underneath, coming into eagle arms. So we've got all twisted up, maybe palms coming together. Elbows are lifting away from your chest, which will open up underneath those shoulder blades, right where the stress likes to hide out. One more breath here. Open your arms, sweep them up. And then we're just gonna go for the opposite arm. So left arm under right this time, or the one that you didn't do before. Lifting the elbows, softening the shoulders. Good, release it, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold right down the middle. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands down, this time left foot steps all the way back. Sink those hips low, maybe wiggle a bit. And then lower your back knee. Inhale, arms up, reach to the sky. Sink the hips forward. We'll take those eagle arms again. So take right elbow under left, palms working their way to touch. Lifting. You can invite this more into a back bend shape as you lengthen your spine high, neck and throat staying long. Beautiful, really beautiful shapes. Let's give it a couple more breaths. Big things happening right here. Give it some time. Last breath, lift the elbows in. Exhale, unwind the arms, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands down, tuck those back toes, lift the knee, step to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 huge breaths all the way in and out. Fill yourself up. Exhale, empty it out. Left foot reaches up and back behind you. Good. Think about knee to nose and step your foot in between your hands. Good. Give that a moment. Rock forward and back a little bit. Then drop the back knee. Lift the chest. Sink the hips. Opposite arms this time, we've got left under right, palms to touch. Breathe. I always like to think about lengthening somehow, somewhere on an inhale, softening something and releasing on an exhale. So give that 2 more breaths. Think about lengthening and softening. Grow a little bit. Ease into it. Undo the arms, reach high. Exhale, hands down. Tuck those back toes. Lift up your knee, give it a little wiggle forward and back. We're stepping all the way to the top of the mat, so bring that right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Rise up, reach to the sky, look up. And exhale, hands to heart. Pausing for a breath. Notice how you are. Notice how things are feeling. And we'll keep playing. We're gonna do a little bit of balance work, building towards that eagle pose. I might have given it away with the arms. Put all your weight in your left foot. Right knee lifts up, cross thigh over thigh. And then maybe these toes wrap all the way around the back. Doesn't always happen, so we can also push strongly against the outer edge of your leg. Arms can be out or hips, whatever's gonna help hold you steady. Gaze is forward on something that's not moving, and breathe. We can add the arms here, right arm under left, palms to touch. About 5 more breaths. Keep little by little finding the pose. Today's pose might look different than it did before, different than it will tomorrow. All right, let it go. Bring the feet to the ground. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Same thing, other side. So all the weight shifts into the right foot. The left knee lifts up. Cross left thigh over. So one thing I was doing is kickstanding those toes out to the side. That's enough if you want. It's still gonna give you stretch in the legs. You're still gonna work your balance and your strength. Left arm under right. Yep, palms to touch. The more you lift the elbows up, the more you'll feel underneath the shoulder blades. Maybe you draw your hands away from your face. Make sure you're still breathing. Two more breaths. And then we're unwinding. Whew, let that go. Sweep the arms high, hands to your heart. Pause, check in. All right, let's keep moving. Inhale, arms up, reach high. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands go down, both feet step back this time. High plank. Lower to a low push-up chaturanga. Knees can be up or down. Inhale, come to up dog or baby cobra, opening across the front. Exhale, press back. Big, huge breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Right foot reaches up and back. Use that knee to nose motion. Step your foot in between your hands, top of the mat. Ooh, I'm just remembering a blister I have on the bottom of my foot. We're gonna lower that back knee to accommodate my blister. Come on up, straighten your front leg, change of plans. Reach to the sky, forward fold. And breathe. Good. So the request was made earlier for some opening in the outer hips and the hips. A little change here that'll help that is pull your right hip back in space. It's like, you won't see it, but you can feel it, right? It's more of an energetic change than anything. But then that's gonna lengthen down the back of that right leg. Make sure you're still breathing. And that same idea, lengthening on the inhale, maybe your spine, maybe your leg. Exhale, it softens. Oh, I have windows popping up. Good. All right. We're gonna rebend the front leg. Hands come down, frame your front foot. Tuck those back toes, lift up the knee, step back to high plank. Make your way to down dog. You can add that chaturanga again or skip it. We'll meet in down dog. Give it a huge breath in. Big, huge exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot reaches up and back. Knee to nose. Step your foot forward. Plant the foot. Good. We'll lower the back knee. Straighten the left leg up front. Forward fold over it. Half splits. Getting long down the back of the left leg. All right, rebend your front leg, making your way back to downward facing dog. Whatever movements work for you to get there are just fine. And when we get to that downward facing dog, we're gonna lower the knees, take the knees wide open and big toes touching, hips toward the heels. So we're in this wide knee child's pose. Forehead can be down toward the ground. Yeah, go ahead. Stretch the arms out long. Let the chest fall toward the mat, the heart and the sternum fall toward the mat. Breathe deep down toward your hips. Maybe thinking about energetically what's stuck, what's holding on in there that we don't need. What can you release down into the mat right here? The next breath or so, make your way back up to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up and back. Step it forward, plant your foot between your hands, lower your back knee. Keep the left hand on the mat, spiral the right hand open to twist. Let your hips keep falling forward as you're twisting. Yeah, it looks really great. What if you spark those fingers wide awake up top? And then give it the biggest breath yet. And let it out. Beautiful. Take that top hand, trace it back behind you. This is my favorite / most hated pose. We're gonna reach back behind us, bend that back leg and grab for your foot to let the front of your thigh get a lot of love or hate or love. 2 more breaths. Release, bring both hands back down inside that front foot, lizard lunge. Let the hips fall forward. Back knee is down. And then a little bit of cat-cow-like movement here. So look forward, reach your sternum forward, that drops the hips. And then round chin to chest. And play with that a little bit back and forth. finding ways to release and soften in those spots that seem stuck. Coming to stillness, press the palms into the ground, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, back we go, downward facing dog. Meet there with a great big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, left foot reaches up and back. Step it forward in between your hands. Lower the back knee down. Good, spiral open to your twist. Right hand stays down, left hand goes up to the sky. Hips are falling forward. Beautiful. And then trace your top hand back behind you. Look at that thumb way back there. Bend the back leg, see about grabbing a hold of the foot. Good, yeah. If possible, rock forward so you're not back up on your kneecap, but more into that like fleshy spot above the knee, which is gonna really draw a long line from your hip down to the knee. Good, one more breath. Release the hand, come back around, lizard lunge. And again, that little bit of movement here. Inhale, look forward, heart reaches forward. Exhale, dome a little bit the back, chin to chest. Move around with it. Let your body just kind of tell you where it needs to go. Okay, and then we make our way back to downward facing dog. Tuck those back toes, lift up, step back, find down dog. Nice big breath in. Exhale, heels dropping. Inhale. Exhale. Good, let's lower down onto our knees. Keeping hips right above the knees, we'll walk the hands forward for puppy dog pose. Opening into the chest and the heart. Chin or forehead on the mat. Think about your sternum, that big bone right in the center of your chest, falling toward the ground. Hollowing out around the heart, making space. If you're here and you're not getting a lot of stretch and you want more, try putting your chin on the ground looking forward. Make sure your hips are stacked right above your knees. Yeah, you all look great in here. 3 more breaths. And then just let it turn into a child's pose. So slide your hips back to your heels. Your chest will round gently in the opposite direction as you drape over your legs. Let's take hands all the way back and let them hold onto your feet or kind of lay right next to your feet. Good. From here, we're going to take hare pose. If you know that your neck is, maybe tweaked a little bit, or you've got like issues that are potentially scary and could cause pain, then maybe don't do this pose, but try it cautiously. We're going to not put all of our body weight in our head, but some of our weight in our head. The idea is that you'll tuck your chin toward your knees and lift your hips up in the air. So it's not really a lot of weight pressing into the head. Most of the weight is still on the legs and the knees, but you can pull and it really gets right there underneath the shoulder blades, really rounding the upper back. Yeah, 2 more breaths here. Nice. Return the hips back down, stretch the arms out in front of you. Rise back up, downward facing dog. Great big breath in. Great big breath out. One more little bit here. Right leg goes up and back behind you. Take that knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. Lower the back knee. And then pull the hips back so we're in half split again. Familiar territory. From half split this time, we're going to walk the hands all the way over to the right. And just keep walking them. See if you can press your palms down into the mat. So we're really kind of targeting outer hip here. IT band. Those places that like to hold tension and resistance. All right, and then unwind that twist. Walk your hands all the way around to the other side and let your whole body turn. So you're in gate pose here, right? What is this? Left leg is pointed back behind you. You can rest onto it. Hands are down on the ground. Take a cat-cow again. Look forward. Oh, no, you had it right. Yeah, right leg is sticking out to the side. Cat-cow here, and really make it about moving your pelvis. And what that's going to do is talk to the inner thigh of the right leg, or at least it does for me. And then you can stay up on hands or drop in for a little deeper stretch coming down to arms. And you can stay here, or if you want to multitask, you can also walk the hands forward, just like that puppy dog pose we did before. So here you're getting inner thigh, upper back, front, back, all around. 3 more breaths wherever you find yourself. And if you're down on hands or on forearms, come up to hands. We'll turn back to the front of your mat. There's that half split. Good, rebend the front leg, tuck the back toes, lift your knees, step back, downward facing dog. Huge breath in, huge breath out. Maybe right leg feels a little more longer, a little stretched more than the left. Let's fix that. Left leg goes up and back. Step it forward. Lower the back knee. Pulling the hips back, we got that half split set up again. Good, and then hands walk all the way across, over to the left. Palms press down into the mat, maybe. Breathe. Okay, bring the hands back around the front and then keep walking them all the way over to the right. So you end up in gate pose with that left leg sticking out. I'll turn around so you don't get my back. Reach up to the sky. Forward fold, hands to the ground. Cat cow here a few times, inhaling, exhaling. And then if you like, drop in a little deeper down to forearms, even deeper if you want that chest stretch, arms stretch out straight. Last breath here. Make your way back up. We're going to turn and make your way back to downward facing dog. So swing yourself back to the front of your mat. Yeah, dog gut. goofy when I flipped around, but we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a huge breath all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Sigh it out. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's take a half pigeon. One last chance to get at those hips. So right leg goes up and back. Bring it forward. Lay the shin across the front edge of your mat. Hands walk back to your hips. Lift up. So you're kind of finding center and sinking into it. And then you can forward fold. Good, and everyone I can see is taking this. There is the variation you can always opt for, which is laying on your back. If this makes you want to scream, laying on your back is a nice alternative. But no one's screaming. So we'll breathe here. And although we're sort of obviously stretching into the hip, maybe the low back, pay attention everywhere else too. Can you soften your jaw, your shoulders, your fingers and your toes? One more breath. And then lifting the chest, hands pressed down, tuck those back toes, find your way up and back to down dog and wiggle around with it for a moment. When you're ready, left leg reaches long and steps forward. Shin lays down across the front of the mat. Lift your chest up. Settle in. And soften. You can even find just the tiniest bit of movement here, right? Lengthen something as you inhale. Soften something as you exhale. Three more breaths. And this time, instead of going back to downward facing dog, you can just lift your chest, sit off to the side and swing your leg around to the front. Bring both feet to the mat. This class is only 45 minutes, right? I always forget that. Man, we got so many more things we could do, but I have to let you go back to work. So tuck your chin to your chest, lay yourself all the way down. Let's give your knees a big squeeze and a little rock side to side. Always like to end with a twist. So open the arms wide like a T, drop the knees to one side and look the other way. Give it a good breath in and out. Come back to center with the knees, drop them to the other side and give it a breath. Back to center. Give yourself one last good squeeze and then take any other pose, wiggle, stretch, or movement that you want and find Shavasana when you're ready. And I know it's tempting to skip the Shavasana. I know it's tempting to run back to your computer or work or whatever it might be, but just allow yourself this moment or two to be still. This allows your nervous system to just be at ease. It allows your mind to get that space and time to be still. This allows you to rest. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite a little movement back to fingers and toes. Rock your head from side to side. Arms reach up over your head for a nice big full body stretch. And then turn onto one side. Take a moment and tell yourself, thank you. Deliberately offering yourself gratitude and kindness because you showed up, because you did the work, you took care of yourself, and that matters. When you're ready, rise back up to seated. Eyes can close, hands rest at your heart. And we'll close out with 3 breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. We bow forward and we honor this practice for all it teaches us. Mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much for your practice today. Really great work. I hope we let go of some of that tension that might have been in there. I'm Jess. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great, thank you.